Europe just watched one of its sixth-generation fighter jet dreams fall apart, and India may be able to walk right into this opportunity. France's FCAS program was supposed to become one of Europe's most ambitious weapons projects ever, a sixth-generation fighter surrounded by drones, artificial intelligence, and a vast combat network, but the France-Germany partnership has collapsed. Now India has officially confirmed that it is making a serious effort to join the French-led FCAS program. In the future, Pakistan flying its JF-17 against an Indian FCAS would be like bringing a bicycle to a Formula 1 race. So is this India's best opportunity yet to enter the sixth-generation fighter jet race? This could become one of the biggest opportunities for Indian Air Force in decades, but there is one catch. If Germany and France fell out over technology sharing and vision for this fighter jet, could this also become India's biggest strategic challenge? China has already flown its own sixth-generation three-engine prototype. Can India afford to fall behind? Now, in an action-taken reply to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Defence tabled during the monsoon session, the Ministry of Defence of India stated it has initiated efforts to co-join the sixth-generation fighter aircraft development program, or the Future Combat Air System (FCAS), spearheaded by the French government. The panel had earlier flagged that the world was moving towards highly air-centric warfare and asked the government to chart a clear trajectory for acquiring sixth-generation jets for the Indian Air Force. It has now asked the Defence Ministry for a detailed status report and a roadmap and a tentative acquisition timeline. Now, all this comes after Germany and France abandoned their joint FCAS fighter jet program in June 2026 amid intense industrial rivalry, differing military requirements, and conflicting national strategic interests. Dassault Aviation represented France while Airbus was representing Germany and Spain. French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz met on the sidelines of an EU Western Balkans summit in a last-ditch effort to save the program, but Merz ultimately recommended ending the project, saying the industrial deadlock could not be resolved. The reports of India exploring cooperation with France on the FCAS actually date back to February this year, or February 2026, which is months before the Franco-German split became official. Bringing India in as a partner could give France industrial partners, funding, and scalability. It lost with Germany's exit. But the FCAS was not the only offer on the table for India. Britain, Italy, and Japan are also jointly developing the Global Combat Air Program, or the GCAP, targeting service entry around 2035, the same as AMCA. In fact, Japan officially approached India to participate in the GCAP, with the initiative first formally floated around April 30th, 2025. Britain had earlier reportedly invited India to collaborate on the Tempest, which is GCAP's predecessor. But for this project, India would likely only get an observer partner status. The France-led FCAS opportunity does not emerge in isolation. It comes on the back of an unusually active phase in India-France defense partnership. India and France are also jointly manufacturing 94 Rafale F-4 fighter jets in India, while acquiring 20 additional Rafale jets from France in a combat-ready condition. This would take India's total Rafale and Rafale Marine fleet to 176 aircraft. India is also pursuing the development of a 120 kN class turbofan engine for the fifth-generation AMCA Mark II stealth fighter jet in collaboration with France's Safran, a French company, and GTRE research laboratory under India's DRDO. Indian Navy has also cleared acquisition of 26 carrier-based Rafale Marine jets for INS Vikrant. India's Bharat Electronics and Safran joint venture will also locally produce the Hammer precision-guided munitions for the Indian Air Force, while Tata Airbus have joined hands to set up an H-125 helicopter assembly line in India. Retired Air Marshal Anil Chopra stated, India should consider joining the FCAS, but it will all depend on the work share. The FCAS partners have already had work share issues with France, which has been trying to dominate. Others urge caution. One defense analyst warned that the very Dassault Airbus dispute over intellectual property rights and control sank the FCAS should be a warning for India, highlighting the risks of entering joint ventures without guaranteed technology sharing frameworks. A third strand of opinion, reportedly echoed by serving officers, argues a middle path, a dual-track strategy of aggressively pursuing global partnerships like the FCAS while nurturing indigenous manufacturing capabilities like the AMCA. But what do you believe? Should India join the FCAS? Leave a comment, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.